Now let's look at a minor vamp going to the 4 chord. So we could take this same G minor and go to C dominant, like. I'm going G to C7. I can break this into a even smaller, sometimes fewer notes is better. So I could go like, I'm just playing 2 notes there. I'm playing F and B flat, and then dropping the F down to an E on the 4th string. I could do the same thing here to get into the tune, go like. There I played an A flat dominant. The A flat dominant and the D dominant are pretty much interchangeable. They're tritone substitutions for one another. So that's something else that you can do. This particular there's our G to our C. Here it is up here. Now I'm going like a G minor 7th to a C 13. Let's go G minor 9th, like. You can just hit a D note if you want. I'm just using a D octave there. Or a sus chord. And for example, there's a course here on the site for the Joe Beam song Wave, and it starts out with like, we're in D minor to G dominant now. We're just vamping along. Now we're getting ready to come in. There's our, and we're in the key of D now. There's our 5, and I'm using an A7 sus here, and then we're going to go into wave. And he does the same thing with the song Triste. If you're familiar with that, it's typically in B flat. Might be like sometimes we go right to the major chord. And that in itself is a unique change of pace there. So there are a couple of different alternatives for using a minor vamp. One other thing you might do, let's look at, say, C minor. You can go down a whole step to the dominant chord, which in this case I'm playing a B flat 13 to an A flat 13, and then to a G dominant, which is the 5 chord. I'll make it a sharp 5 there because I want it to lean back to C minor. This is the classic hit the road jack kind of thing, like. There's a little sunny that is that type of progression, but you wouldn't necessarily have to go into a song that's using that progression. That's just another way to create some interest and use an intro as a means to set the groove up, you know. Again, if you could, let's do that in, like, say, G minor to show it in this other position. So we'll start here. There's a G minor to an F7 to an E flat 7. There's a D7 with a raised 9. So I could go like. So, one of the main things is you want to lay down a really relaxed groove so that you can get things off on the right foot and the band feels good about it. And that way, when you start the tune, you will be on solid ground. Also, these grooves, if you can set up a nice groove, you're much more apt to get the audience attention. So there's some minor intros. I'm going to end this video and give you a look at some other alternatives for some major and dominant types of tunes.